It's finally here. The masterclass. Actualize your vision. Come out of hiding and create the life of your dreams. We're going to be talking about so many amazing things. What vision and life purpose actually means. We're going to be talking about why we go into hiding and why it's hard for us to step out of that, why visibility is a problem for us, and then some ways to step out and gain some confidence and courage. Okay. And then we're going to be talking about how to create the life of your dreams, what that means. So it's going to be different for each person. Every one of you is an amazing, multi-layered human being that has a specific energetic blueprint for the way that you work in the world, right? So not everyone's going to be the same. Everyone's idea of success is different, right? How we be in the world, what we do in the world is going to be completely different. Even if you have 5 people that do the same exact thing, live in the same exact house, have the same exact name, were born by the same exact parents, they're going to be completely different, right? And so there is room for everyone. So that's something I want to say is that the things that you may think hold you back or make you seem weird or different are actually your superpowers. Those are what make people love you and want to be with you and want to hang out with you and want to, in this case, work with you, buy from you. Okay. So we're going to be talking about how to make our gifts that are specific to us money, and how we can utilize our vision to speak out and be our wonderful selves in the world and really let our personality shine. Many people spend a lot of time, and fall prey to this because I am a recovered people pleaser. I don't even say recovering anymore because that suggests I'm still recovering. Recovered, no more people pleaser. I want you to say down below if you have people pleaser-itis, no more people pleasing. The end. Goodbye. Bye. Bye, bye, bye. It's 11:11 right now on the 22nd. Magical. Whatever you say right now is going to happen. It's magic, right? Magic hour. So we're here to release old patterns, step into the true us, and really get clear on why we're here. Hi, Melanie. Hi, Deja. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to see all of you. Okay, so I'm ready with all of the things. I have my big, huge water. I have my big, huge protein shake, and I was even actually going to bring a green drink, and I was like, that's just too much, Erin. Yes, Betty, that's what it takes, right? Just saying I'm ready. Like, even if we're still in the people pleasing, I'm ready to start working toward not doing that, right? So to start, who are you? What part of the world are you joining us from? Why did you sign up for this masterclass? What made you show up? There's a lot of noise out there. There's emails, there's masterclasses, there's trainings, there's a lot of things that you could choose to do with your time, and you're here now. You showed up for yourself. Congratulations. You're showing up for the person that you are, the person that you want to be, for the person that you know that you are. And there's so much going on around us that your presence is currency. Your presence is currency. So your being is precious. Where you are is precious. Physically, mentally, energetically, all of the things, right? So your presence, your energy matters. And so I want to know who you are, why you're here, why you signed up, what you'd like to learn, what takeaway you'd like to have. And why did you sign up? So why are you here? Okay. I'm going to talk a little bit first about why I'm doing this masterclass. So I do a lot of different classes in a lot of different ways, whether it's in this group or sometimes I just go impromptu live on my Facebook page. But I want to talk a little bit about why I'm doing this. So in this group, Unlock Your Psychic Gifts, and in the work that I do, 99% of the people I work with say that they know they have spiritual and intuitive gifts. They already know it, right? They're like, I know I have gifts and I want to use them to help people. When I ask, what do you want to do with this energy? Like, what do you want to do with it? Do you want to use it to heal on a deeper level? Do you want to help people? 99% of people say, I want to help people. I just don't know how, right? So I created this masterclass to help you bridge that gap from your desire to help people or your desire to heal on a deeper level to actually doing it, to actualizing it, to stepping into it, to making it a part of your everyday consistent routine so that you come first. Okay. And so we're going to be talking about that. Betty says, I'm from Washington State. You're right next door to me, Betty. I'm so excited. And says, here because I'm ready to let go of my old self and show up in my business as my true self. I love that. Also, Betty, say a little bit about your business. So if you're here and you have a business or you're coaching or you're wanting to do something or you're not quite sure and you're like, this is my zone of genius, I think, but I don't know, just put it below. Start speaking into existence who you be, what you want, how you are, what magic you have, okay? And it can be anything from I like to roller skate on the weekends to, in Betty's case, I'm a nurse, or I want to be a CEO, or I want to be a leisure business where I lay on the beach and make money, like whatever it is. Say it below, make it real, okay? Cheyenne says, from Iowa, and you were one of many that has said I had mediumship abilities if I want to develop or learn how to use them. Perfect. And that's powerful because when you hear it from multiple people and you know deep down there's something here, of course. That's something I'm going to be talking about in this training is there's a reason you have these gifts. You don't just have them. There's a reason. There's something you're meant to either do with them, to whether that's to take them out in the world or use them in your own life and family, doesn't matter, right? You were given or you have these for a reason. There is a reason. So I'm really excited to talk to you and everybody about like how to do that, how to actualize it, right? Blaine says, I signed up because I have my hands in a lot of different pots, but I need to get clear on what is going to help me move forward with monetization so I can quit my job. I always say, fire your boss, go fire your boss. So I can quit my job and be paid for being myself. And that's what we love, right? We get to be paid for being ourselves. And I wrote a post about this. You might have seen it. But I had a coach a while back who used to tell me, Erin, there are teenagers on YouTube making millions of dollars unboxing toys and playing video games. So do what you love and make money for it. Okay, so we're going to be talking about how to do all of that in this masterclass. Excited about that. And Blaine goes on to say, probably want to be on YouTube selling digital products. Perfect. I also want to help people create content and step out of fear. Love it. In order to hit that next level, Blaine, that's the key. Stepping out of fear. What's holding us back? What's the glass ceiling? How do we lovingly move through that? You're going to hear the way that I speak is very like, let's do this, let's do that. But I want you to know that if there is fear in you, or if there's imposter syndrome, or if there's something saying, listen to that. I'm not saying just go out there and do it no matter what, right? Listen to whatever fears are coming up, and we'll talk about that in the hiding portion of this masterclass. Why we hide and how we can lovingly see that part of ourselves, witness that part of ourselves, sit with it, express what needs to be expressed through that, and then keep moving forward. Okay, so that's something I want to make clear is that I'm not saying push through it and do all of the things. Do it at your own pace, but do it in a way where you're taking little risks, stepping forward, stepping into it a little bit more, okay? Beck says, hello from Michigan or Lake Huron. Here to learn, get ideas and support. Wasn't planning on having a life of my own. That's changed in the last year. Along with me realizing I have spiritual talents. And now I feel I need help with direction. And I always love to hear what Erin has to share. Thank you, Bex. Bex and Blaine are both from Michigan. Amazing. This is another thing that I want to make clear is like, we can't do this alone. We can't do our spiritual journey alone. We can't do our healing journey alone. We can't create a business or go out into the world or be visible and do these things. We have to have a community. We have to have sisters, brothers, people that support us, that love us, that can hold space for us, that see us, truly see us. So that's a big reason why I do this, because I want people to know that no matter who you are, no matter where you come from, I can hold space from you, for you. It does not, and from you. I will lovingly receive holding space. I am able to release any and all judgment. I don't see people for their outsides, their externals, their personalities. I see their soul. I feel their soul. I see your potential. And I speak to that. So I'm not speaking to the person sitting in the camera right now. I'm not speaking to you sitting on your couch. I'm speaking to your potential, your highest self, right? And really excited to support you with that. Betty says, I am a stress and burnout coach. I am ready for more clients, more consistent clients. I love that you said I am ready. Because even if we're not doing what we want to be doing now, I'm ready. I'm open. As soon as you tell and give permission to the universe that you're open and ready, your guides will be like, oh, she's okay. I didn't know you were ready. I thought because of the way you're walking around scared that you weren't ready. Like you have to say it. I'm ready, right? And I always say that spirit guides, soul guides are standing around with clipboards. Like, what do we do? What are our directions? Like we have to tell them, I'm ready. I give you permission. I don't know what it's going to look like, but send me a sign, right? And when we do that, our guides are like, oh, she said send her a sign on it. They want to help you, right? So it's a really cool space right here to be able to activate that. Ready for more clients, more consistent clients. Yes, claiming that. I am ready for my coaching to be my primary income versus my RN job. Betty is helping nurses with stress and burnout, which is a beautiful, amazing gift. And it's so needed. So needed. Blaine says, I want to be monetized on YouTube. I want to be famous and get paid for showing up online and through brand deals. I love that. Claim it. Melanie says, I'm from Los Angeles, ready to come out of the spiritual closet and believe in myself enough to trust my spiritual gifts to help and read people. Oh, Melanie, that is so fucking powerful. I could feel that. That's so beautiful. And 3 people loved the comment, so you're not alone. Beck says, I'm not sure where to focus, but I'm interested in mortuary science, death, and grief support. I love that. There are so many death doulas out there now. It's kind of become a thing. And death doulas, palliative care, I hope I'm saying that right, is such a beautiful place to be. It's much needed. And there's actually a lot of joy there. A lot of times people hear about death doulas or people supporting with death and grief and think about sadness. Yes, it is sad. It is a transition. But there's also joy there. There's also that the miracle of transition, whether it's birth or death. And so tapping into that is really, really powerful. Vanessa says, I'm from Northern California, here to be open to any opportunities. I feel like I have gifts that can be of service. Finding my purpose, stay-at-home mama of 4, remotely working. I love that. I love that you said here to be open to any opportunities. When you say that to the universe, you're allowing your guides, yourself, your highest self to bring you what's in alignment to you now. And you might not know what that is yet, but you're about to find out because you said, I'm here and I'm ready for it. Okay. Deja says, I'm ready to focus on growing my credit business and stop getting distracted with emotional issues. I love that. You see the block, you're acknowledging it. You're saying no more. Let's work through this. And let's be honest, we all have blocks. We all have this emotional stuff coming up. Like it's part of the journey. That's one big concept I talk about with intuitive work when I'm talking about unlocking your psychic gifts in my other masterclasses is that when you're tapping deeper into your gifts, all the stuff, the fear, the imposter syndrome, the childhood stuff, the past life stuff, all of it comes up, fear, anxiety, stress, for us to look at, be with, release and move to the side, and then move to the next thing. And it's always going to be happening. Doesn't matter if you're exactly where you want to be making millions of dollars, or if you're like, I don't know what I want to do yet, doesn't matter. It's gonna be coming up. So acknowledging it, lovingly sifting it to the side when it's ready to be released, and then continuing to move forward is where it's at. So thank you for that transparency and vulnerability, Deja, because we need to be vulnerable. We need to connect with others. We need to understand and be heard. We need to be understood and underheard. You know what I mean? Melanie says, I want to be confident enough to monetize as well. I have some disabilities that keep me from working a normal job and have these gifts to share. Just need some direction. I love that. I love when people show up for themselves, because that's where we start, showing up, meeting ourselves where we are, and then going from there. Okay, let's get into the content. I'm so excited. Thank you for all of your beautiful takeaways, your beautiful shares. Keep doing so. Parts of this masterclass, I will just keep talking through the comments and then I'll go back. So I want you to use the comments as a place to interact with each other, interact with me, because if I don't get to something today, I will look at it and respond to it later. This is a community. This is a place for us to come together and have support. Okay. Also, any questions, anything that comes up for you, any takeaways, anything that I say out loud and you're like, oh shit, yes. Say it, claim it in the comments. Say it out loud. Say it out loud in where you're sitting. Even if you're at work, say it out loud. And people will be like, what? And then they'll go back to what they're doing, because people forget shit in 7 seconds. Okay. All right. I'm excited. So I'm going to break down this training into 3 parts. The name of this masterclass is Actualize Your Vision, Come Out of Hiding and Create the Life of Your Dreams. So what I did is I broke it down into 3 parts. We're going to talk about what it means to actualize your vision, what vision means, what the word life purpose means, right? Number 2, we're going to talk about what coming out of hiding looks like, what it looks like and feels like to stay in hiding, and how detrimental that can be, and how to take steps to lovingly meet ourselves where we are and come out of hiding, little by little, right? Or just say, F it, and do the whole thing at once. Whatever you feel like, okay? Number 3, we're going to talk about creating the life of your dreams, what it means to do that, how we can get started in a way that feels safe in our energy, right? In our nervous system. And that's going to look different for everyone. Every single person is going to have a different way that looks for them, okay? So first thing I want to talk about, step 1, what does it mean to actualize your vision? What does it mean to bring a vision into fruition? What does vision mean? What does life purpose mean? So I'm going to start here with a quote that I really love by an influencer online. His name is Corey Mascara. He says, you don't need some big life purpose. Your purpose can simply be to meet each moment as fully, honestly, and sincerely as possible. Can you really do more than that anyway? The pressure to have one singular life purpose can thwart our ability to see that we're given an opportunity to live with purpose in every single moment. This is really important when talking about life purpose, soul purpose, because we can get so caught up in, I have one life purpose and I'm not doing it. Or I want to be doing this and I'm not. And then that creates shame. That creates, I'm not doing things right. Everything you're doing is correct. Everything you're doing now, everything you want to be doing, everything you did in the past is leading you up to where you are now and will lead you to where you want to go. Even if you go off the path for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, that's still part of your purpose. Okay? And so when I say life purpose and I say actualizing your vision, what I mean is meeting each moment as fully, honestly, and sincerely as possible. I'm talking about the all there is life purpose, not the you have one thing that's your purpose and that's it. Okay? I have been an entrepreneur doing this work for almost 10 years. I have changed my title and I've completely changed like my come from, who I am and what I do, literally dozens of times. When I first started, I was like, I'm a tarot card reader. I do inspired oracle card readings. And then I got into Reiki. I'm a Reiki healer. And then I got into what I really love, which is Akashic Records. That's my jam. Right? I think of myself as an Akashic Records practitioner, teacher. That's like my heart, right? But these are just things that I do. It's not me, right? So that's one thing when we talk about stepping into what you want to do. Separate out who you be and what you want to do. Because you might not know yet how you want to actualize it or how you want to do it, and that's fine. Focus on your being, okay? So life purpose is about who you be, not what you do. So sometimes, let's say when I work with someone for 3 months, they might be in a place where they're like, I want to know my life purpose. And by the end of the 3 months, we might have decided your life purpose is about you forgiving yourself. And we might have, in those 3 months, done the work to help that person forgive themselves. They may come in the door thinking, my life purpose is to be a wellness coach. And they may realize after the 3 months, it's not about that at all. It's about me forgiving myself. So know that this will always shift and change. And that what you do is a part of who you are, but who you be in any given moment is what's important. Okay. So it's an inner journey first and foremost. So when you focus, and this is a really important piece here, you might want to write little bits of this in the comments, right? When you focus on your inner journey and who you are internally, the action steps to make what you want to do happen will come to you. When you focus on your inner journey, the action steps, the to-dos, the what you're supposed to do will come to you. So the more you get clear on who you are, what you want, how you want it to feel, your guides will say, oh, she wants to feel like this, and she wants this kind of experience. We're going to send her this. The action steps, the to-dos, the people that you need to meet to get where you need to go are going to happen. They're going to actualize just by you being you. And I'm going to, there's a example that I'm going to use later about a friend of mine who monetized something she loves to do, which is crafts. She started doing travel and craft parties. Okay. And she went to a bar one day. It was a tequila and taco bar. And she was waiting for a friend, and her friend was late and forgot to meet her. And so she was sitting at the bar going like, okay, now I kind of look weird and feel weird just like sitting here alone. Then she heard the bartender say, yeah, we've been talking about like having events, like we have this event space, so we're having people here do like, you know, rent the space. And Allie was like, wait, I've been thinking about doing travel and craft parties. And then she talked to the bartender, hey, would you be open to this? And he's like, call the manager. That's what started it going. So by her just going to this place and meeting this person, but the person didn't show up. So that allowed her, right? And so by her thinking and feeling into wanting to create craft parties, and by saying I'm ready and I'm open, then all of a sudden her guides sent her highest self, right? Sent her this bartender, right? So know that when you start putting out into the world, like how I want to feel, what I want to see, start visualizing certain things, your guides and your highest self will send you those people, send you those action steps. Okay. So what comes up for you when I say all those things? How does it make you feel? Does it make you feel empowered? Does it make you feel like, wow, that's simpler than I thought? Taking a drink because it's nice to take a break. My yummy chocolate protein shake. Vanessa says, ooh, that's deep. Hi, Nicole. Welcome. Thank you, Bex, for putting that in the comments. When you focus on your inner journey, the action steps come to you. Nicole says empowering, most definitely, and says so much yes. I love that, Betty. Thank you for the vulnerability and the realness, because that's real shit. Like, a lot of times, and this happens to me a lot, I'll go to workshops. Yeah, you get all like fired up. Your dopamine's going, right, blah. And then you go out in the real world and try to do it, and boom, it's like, oh, wait, oh, shit, right? And so Betty says, I love it. But then my brain says, but what if you aren't ready? That's going to happen. That happens to people that are making billions of dollars. That happens to Tony Robbins. That happens to Oprah, right? Everyone who's out there has that happen to them. So if you look at those people and you think they have it all together, you wrong. They are we are all in the same boat. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't really, we are learning as we go. Okay. Hi, Tamara. So glad to see you here. Beck says, I'm not sure where to focus, but then I think go with the flow. I love that. Because the more, especially if you aren't the type of person because I'm the type of person that's very sharp-minded. Like I like to focus and do this and do that. But if your energy is more like, actually, I'm going to go with the flow and be soft. And I go back and forth, right? I do go with the flow and have that sharp focus, right? So this is another sign to do it your way, because it's going to be different for every person and every personality style. Make it sure it feels good to you. Okay. Tamara says, make me feel like I'm in the right place at the right time, even in all of my suffering. Yep. It's both and. It's not, oh, I'm suffering and I'm going through a hard time, so everything sucks and no one can help me. And it's not everything's great, and no matter what, I have support all around me. It's both. We're experiencing all of it at the same time. Okay, so that's why we need masterclasses like this. That's why we need community like this. That's why we can't do it alone. Cheyenne says, my struggle is deciding what I want to do and then how to fit it into a busy mama 4 schedule. I understand. And I think Vanessa's a busy mama 4 too. Or was that, do I get that messed up? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have 2 cats and I can barely handle, like, bro, I don't know how anyone has 1 kid or 4 kids. So, oh my God, you're amazing. Moms literally are the, like, have the most amazing, y'all, I bow to you. Imposter syndrome can be a major block, yes. Oh my God, Blaine has 4 kids too. Look at all y'all showing up. Having all these kids and doing all these things and being super mom and showing up for yourself at this masterclass. Amazing. Okay, let's move on. So let's talk about what it means to come out of hiding. Okay, when talking about coming out of hiding, the first thing we need to think about is what makes me stay in hiding. What keeps me in hiding? What keeps me, I don't know already. I have a coach who says it like this. She's like, you'll go on stage and be like, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to create this, create that. And then, oh no, I'm not, never mind. Yeah, I'm going to do the thing and I'm going to show up. Never mind. I don't want to do that anymore. Right? Our subconscious wants to keep us safe. We are survival machines. We came here as cave people that were surviving from the land. And so we are hardwired to survive. Eat, drink, do not be abandoned by your tribe or you will die. So that's why abandonment scares us so much. That's why imposter syndrome comes up. Because if imposter syndrome comes up, it's telling us you're a fraud, no one's going to listen to you, which equals to our survival mind and body, everyone's going to leave you. Which, number one, food and water is very important to survival, but people, community, your tribe, you will die without that first. You need to have that. So almost all fears that come up around hiding have to do with survival, and I don't want everyone to leave me. If I say this, if I come out of hiding with my gifts, they'll know. People will find out all about me. But think about it this way. What if you came out with your gifts and you just came out swinging and you said all the weirdest shit about yourself, let your personality fly, started doing the work that you know you're meant to do here? What if you did all of that and everything was like conspiring to make it happen for you? They were like, finally you are doing it. Finally you said yes. Finally you're coming out with your like weird quirky personality. Finally you're stepping out of the shadows. What if instead of them saying you're a fraud or I can't listen to you or whatever, they say, yes, I'm so excited to support you on this journey. What is that, like 98% of what we worry about never comes to fruition, right? Most of what we worry about and what keeps us in fear is our own internal stuff. And that's important to acknowledge, right? We don't want to say like, fuck fear and I'm going to keep moving through it and it's all fears are false and I'm just going to, yes, and we want to make sure that we are loving ourselves through the hiding. Like, why am I doing this? What I like to do, this might support you, I don't know. What I like to do is when I'm in meditation every morning and I'm in my space, I picture all of the versions of me. And I talked about this in a live video the other day. I picture myself when I was 5 years old and I broke my arm, my first traumatic incident in my life. I think about myself in the womb. I think about myself when I very first decided to do hard drugs and then went tumbling down the hill. I think about the very first time I took my first shot of Jack Daniels and went tumbling down that hill. I think about the very first time I fell in love. Right? I think about all these things and how, what stopped me, what kept me safe within it, you know? And so fears are going to come up as we step out of hiding. Fears are always going to come up. So we're going to, when we're in that space of hiding, it's usually because we have those fears, limiting beliefs about ourselves. It's an internal thing and our gifts, and that prevents us from taking the next step. So I want to hear from you. What keeps you in hiding? What makes you stay in hiding? What version of you? And to finish what I was saying, so I get all of the versions of me into a circle in my mind's eye, close my eyes, meditation, all the versions of me, we're all sitting there. And I picture us in a circle, all looking at each other. And I will lovingly let all the versions of me know if any of you are scared, or like, for example, I'm about to do this move, I'm about to sell this program, I'm about to go live. Are any of the versions of me scared of that right now? They raise their hands, they come to the front, we talk about it, or come to the front. They come out and we talk about it. We lovingly see them. So all the parts of me are able to look at and love those parts. And then we say, by the end, usually all the versions of me are like, okay, I've been seen, I've been heard, let's do it. Okay. So that might support you. Wow, Tamara, I have 4 kids also. I have like 4 people in here with 4 kids. That just shows you that spirit works wonders and pulls the exact people together at the exact time that they're supposed to be. Oh my gosh, Nicole says, I rescued a mama cat and her 2 babies. Good on you. They're in my garage. I work full time and raise 2 kids alone. Amazing. And that's the thing too. We are all busy individuals. It's how we choose to prioritize our time. And sometimes we can't, and we're just in it. When we have a lot going on and we're just in it, and that's all we can do is to focus on what's going on now, that's the universe's way of saying, that's what you're meant to do. It's okay. Focus on where you are now. Be completely present in that. Because the more that we then try to do 5 million other things while we're trying to do the thing that's right in front of us, that causes so much deterioration in our being. So if you're feeling like I have a million, I always say if you have a million to-dos and you look at them every day and you're like in a spiral around them, I haven't been doing any of the fucking things I want to do, I'm just stuck in this pattern, whatever it is. If you haven't done them in 2 weeks, you don't need to do them. Throw away the to-do list. Be here now. And ask your guides to show you the next one little bite. Just show me one bite, one sign or symbol for what to do next that will fit in with my life. Not that I have to stop my life completely to do, because we can't do that. That's impossible. How can we fit it into our already beautiful, amazing life and make it feel good because we're doing our fucking passion? Melanie said, I had 8 cats and ran a business for 2 decades. Now I have 2 cats and no job and can barely keep my shit together some days. Well, you're in the right place because we're here to hold space for you and we love you. Betty says, false sense of security keeps me in hiding. It feels like security, but I know it's not true security. Interesting. I want to ask you to go deeper on that, but we're in a group here, so I don't want you to go. But I wonder where that false sense of security comes. Is it from your childhood? Is it from parents? And that's going deep. That might be something that you and I work together on privately. But that false sense of security, that's like, I'm not safe. Right? So for you, Betty, the first thing you'll want to do is, how can I get safe in my body, in my nervous system? And cultivate that sense of security in myself, cultivate that in me. And then I'm able to slowly take it out, right? Cheyenne says, I also work full time. I've been at my current job for almost 12 years, but I'm beyond ready for a change. Well, you're in the right place, because this is about taking that step and moving forward and doing it in a way that works for you. Your amazing, beautiful, unique self. Bex says, props to all the parents. Yes. Blaine says, I feel like I've just finally started to show up. I love that. Like you said, making money being yourself, because that's what we get to do. Do you understand that we live in a world where we can just be ourselves and make money for it? Like what? That's incredible. We can literally do anything and make money for it. I can go out today after this call, set up a little booth in the park and do tarot readings. $5 a piece, $10 a piece, $20 a piece. It doesn't have to be $1 million, right? I went to the park, did a few tarot readings. I'm able to buy an amazing lunch for myself and groceries for the week. Cool, thanks. Thank you, universe, more please. Thank you, universe, more please. Nicole says, fear of change and getting out of my comfort zone. It makes me scared. That's important to acknowledge. And to know that showing up for that fear, feeling it, I think what happens is we feel dwarfed by our fear. And what we don't realize is when we show up to meet it, even one piece of it, so much is going to release. What happens is we have a lot of fear, but we're not looking at it and we keep pushing it away and we keep moving forward. You know what that looks like to the universe when we're like ignoring the fear and the pain and we keep going, keep going, keep going? It looks like this. Keep it away, keep it away, keep it away. I'm too busy. I got too much going on. I got fear over here. When you slowly and lovingly start to look at the fear, sit with it, witness it, hear why it's scared, it can shift in a moment's notice, okay? Betty talks about fear of people rejecting us. She said, I have to keep telling myself that I know how to keep myself safe and I belong to myself. But people that I love reject me. That's what keeps me scared and small. I totally understand. When I had my spiritual awakening, so my past is that I was a drug and alcohol addict for 17 years. And when I quit, I had a huge spiritual awakening and I realized, holy shit, who have I been for the past 20 years? That was not, I was possessed by like a demon. And I was taken over and I lived that life. I was me, but I wasn't. Who am I now? What happened? I was completely reborn. And this was at the age of 34. And I lost a lot of my friends because they didn't understand this new version of me. I used to work in film and television. Melanie knows. I worked in Los Angeles. I worked in Boston. I worked in post-production. I worked on reality TV. I worked on huge movies. And I loved what I did when I was doing it. Did it for 11 years. And then when I had my spiritual awakening, I'm like, this isn't what I'm supposed to be doing. It took me a few years to get out of it. But I knew, because I had spent so much time in the not me, I knew right when I got out of it, I'm going. I don't care what anyone said. Like, I have to do this. And yes, I had fear and, oh God, everyone's rejecting me. And I dealt with that as it came up, but I still kept going. So I understand that. Deja says, single mom of 3. So proud of all these mamas here. So am I. Melanie says, chronic pain is a huge distraction. Yes. Chronic pain, whether it's physical or emotional or both, so hard, so heavy. Cheyenne says, I definitely feel like there is never enough time. That's for sure. Yes. Beck says, fear of judgment, having to defend myself against criticism, a lifelong issue. And for now, I'm still getting used to having these talents. And it's only been about a year since I've had that realization. Yeah, exactly. So the realization, the understanding of the gifts may take a year, may take 5 years, may take 10 years. Allow yourself to be wherever you are. That's exactly why you came here. To learn and to grow in your own time. And you're doing a great job. Tamara says, feeling confused with so many ideas. My nervous system has been a wreck too. Yep. And so that's why I create masterclasses like this. Like, let's talk about how to come out of hiding lovingly, how to see our nervous system where it is, how to keep going, and how to have a singular focus. One thing, one ask to the universe, one ask at a time, right? Because we're doing so many things and we're not breathing. Let's actually take a second right now to do deep belly breath. So some of us may be in a state of survival where our breath doesn't go past our diaphragm. That's fine. I had where I wasn't able to breathe past my diaphragm for like 25 years. Okay. Most of us stay up here with our breath. So I want, while we're talking about fears, us to take a minute to lovingly breathe in through your nose as far down as you can, whether it's the diaphragm or below that. And it may take a few deep breaths, 3 to 5, to get into the belly. Or you might not get there, and that's fine, okay? Blowing out with the mouth or the nose, whatever works for you, okay? When you breathe in how it feels right. When you breathe out a little slower than you're breathing in. When you breathe out slower and longer than you breathe in, you are slowly regulating your nervous system. Okay, so breathe in. Suspend the breath for a few seconds. Not hold, suspend. And slowly release. Feel the fear and the hiding we've been talking about. Love it. Bring it into our bodies. Breathe into it. Breathe with it. Let it know it's not alone. One more breath. You're not alone. And notice, even if you didn't get below your diaphragm, notice how much more calm the body is just by being present with the breath. Okay? It's really important when we're talking about hiding, coming out of hiding, imposter syndrome, fears. Okay? So here's the key. How do we lovingly utilize our fear as gifts so that we can keep going and not let those fears stop us from creating our dreams? So you might be being like, how can fear be a gift? Like, it sucks and it stops me. If we transmute the energy of it into, wait, this fear is showing me something. It's trying to tell me something. As soon as we go, oh, this fear is here to tell me something. Okay, what do you need to tell me? I'm here, I'm open. Then it's like, oh my gosh, you're listening. Cool, now I can tell you what's going on. And then the fear can release, right? So I created for me, this is something I create in my work, an acronym, FEARS, F-E-A-R-S. So if someone wants to put this down below in the comments, I would love that. F is for feel. FARS, fears. E is for express. A is for acknowledge. R is for release. S is for shift. So fears. Feel, express, acknowledge, release, and shift. This is something I use in my work all the time. If I could, I would move it around a little bit. I would say acknowledge first, right? So acknowledge that the fear is there, sit with it, understand like, oh, I'm feeling something. And instead of bulldozing through it, stop and listen. Acknowledge it. And that's where feel comes in too. Let yourself feel it fully. So if you're having a trigger come up or you're having a fear come up, let yourself get sweaty or get fast breathing or get, let it affect you however it's going to affect you, because we got to feel it to heal it. If we don't feel the fear from what we're doing, it's going to feel like abandoned. So feel it and acknowledge it. And then something I like to put in here with the E for express, move, yoga, movement. I don't care if it's around your living room like a crazy person. Play a song and that you love that's high vibe for you. My high vibe song that I love is Groove is in the Heart. 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 So I will just play that over and over again, right? This isn't to say I'm saying, oh, fear, go somewhere else, or I'm going to dance through you or make you exciting. Okay, feel the fear, and when you're ready, express it. And this doesn't have to be dancing and this like activating the nervous system. It can be soft and slow, deep stretch yoga. It can be sitting in child's pose for 5 minutes. Okay, so do what works for you. And each fear, each energy you feel is going to want to express in a different way. But let it get out of your body. You have to get it out. You have to breathe it out. So breathe, move, express, yell, cry, sit in meditation and breathe, showing up for yourself, knowing that you're there, sit in child's pose, deep stretch, whatever it takes. But express it out of you, because when you're talking and you get scared and you start shaking, people will be like, oh my God, I'm shaking. They'll try to stop. I'm like, no, let yourself. So I was on a call with someone the other day and she was shaking, talking about something. And I said, stop, let's go shake more. So she was shaking the trauma of what she was talking about out of her body as we spoke. Trauma, especially for women, gets trapped in our nervous system. It gets trapped in our joints. It gets trapped in our hips. And so when we move and express it out, when we shake, what did they say? Like, speak loud even if your voice shakes. Even if you're going like this and you're like, I'm scared, keep shaking it out. because that's your body showing up for you. Okay, so very important. So also another thing I want to remind you when it comes to like coming out of hiding and showing up for yourself is remember that motivation comes in waves. So sometimes you'll be on a high and you'll be like, I feel like doing this. I'm in alignment. Let's fucking go. And sometimes you'll be like, LFG, let's fucking go. I want to do it. And your body will be like, no, listen to your body. If you're trying to do all the things and be all the people and it's like you're in burnout and breakdown, you must find a way to use your voice to say, I need a fucking minute. And I'm going to take it. Okay? If you're not motivated or you don't want to move forward right yet, don't do it until you feel it. It's going to come up for you when you're ready. Okay? Show up for yourself wherever you are. Do not push. When you push yourself, nothing really good comes from that, right? Of course, you want to push yourself in healthy ways, but if it starts to feel unhealthy or like too much, don't do it. There's something I love. There's a tarot card reader that I love on Instagram. His name is Madam Adam. He's fucking fantastic. Something he said in one of his readings was, all you have to do every day, get up, take care of yourself, do what you can. That's it. Get up, take care of yourself, do what you can. Every day of your life. If that's all you ever do, you're living your purpose. And one last piece here about hiding, and then the other side of it, which is coming out of hiding. Something I like to say is, and you can write this down below, it may not make sense at first, but I'll explain, is that on the other side of hiding is giving yourself permission. On the other side of hiding or keeping yourself small is giving yourself permission. There is so much power in giving yourself permission to use your gifts. I think a lot of times we think it's other people rejecting us. It's what other people will say. Deep down, it's really our own fear. When you internally give yourself permission to use your gifts, and it may take a while, it may take a long time, the epic results and the epic joy that you will experience when you do that, unexplainable. When I gave myself permission to use my gifts out in the world, everything started to make sense. I understood why I had the gifts that I had. I understood why I would start hearing spirits out of nowhere. I understood why when I walked into the room and the lights would move and go off, that I was affecting the electricity. I started understanding why I was a drug addict for so long. I understood why I had the childhood I had. I understood my spiritual awakening and why it happened, when it happened, and why it happened. When I gave myself permission and said, it's time, it all made sense. This is why it's happening now. This is what I'm here to do. So it might be different for you, right? But that's the first step I want you to take if you're in the stuck in fear phase, right? Is work on giving yourself permission to use your gifts, because that's where it starts. Yes, there is fear around other people rejecting you or other people saying like, that's weird, that's stupid, or whatever it is, but it's internal first, because that's where the fear starts and that's where it is. That's the origin. It's about you in this lifetime. I know you're busy moms and busy, with your relationships and other people, but your life is about you first. And then everyone else. Okay? So that's very important to acknowledge. This is something that was big for me because of my people pleaserness, that I lived my whole life for other people. And it wasn't until I gave myself permission to use my gifts that I stopped fucking living for other fucking people. And sometimes I still fall into those patterns. I'm human. Right? My childhood was about doing everything that I could so everyone was okay because please, oh my God, I need the chaos to stop. It never worked. But that's my trauma response from childhood, right? There are things that have happened to us that we have that are repeating patterns, but it doesn't have to define every move that we make for the rest of our fucking lives. Okay? So when we give ourselves permission, draw a line in the sand and say no more, everything makes sense and everything starts to happen. So this is a really powerful part of lovingly moving through fear. Beck says, I love Grooves in the Heart. I have a playlist of vibe up music and that's on it. That's like my favorite freaking song. Oh my God, I love it. I also, you might not know this by looking at me, I am a heavy metal punk rock fan. Like I like put a lot of men to shame because men like to say, oh, you think you know heavy metal? I'm like, fuck, bring it on. Because I know a lot about metal. I'm a metalhead and a punk rock girl. That's where I came from. So I will also blast some Nirvana or some Tool or some System of a Down or some Rage Against the Machine and just headbang it out. So there's a little something about myself. Maybe I'll become the heavy metal guru, the heavy metal psychic. Yeah. That's another thing with taking your gifts out in the world and making money for it, is that you can literally change. I'm telling you, people's minds forget something in 7 seconds. So if I come out and say, I'm an addiction specialist, and then the next day I'm like, I'm a heavy metal guru, people don't give a shit. They're like, cool, whatever, call yourself a chicken, I don't care. Right? Like, you do you. Because that's, at the end of the day, what is it, when you're on your deathbed, and I wrote this in my live video yesterday, you don't regret the chances you took and the risks that you took. You regret the chances you didn't take and the things you didn't do, right? And think about all the people out there that don't ever have a chance or the privilege or or are too scared to take their gifts out into the world, and how devastating that is. And you're doing it. You're here. You're showing up for yourself. Beck's motivation comes in waves. On the other side of hiding is giving yourself permission. Thank you for putting these down in the comments. Betty says, I give myself permission. Ooh, tried saying that out loud just now. It will take some work to believe it. Yep. Takes time, takes time. And let it take the time it takes. Tamara says, I've given my life to other people until now. Who else here has? Beck says, yes, my mom in particular. Yeah, so we can be there for other people, but it's us first. We get to protect our heart, our soul, and our process first. Okay. All right, let's start talking about how to then keep moving lovingly after we have sat with the fear and loved it and understood why it was there and said, okay, now that we're all on the same page, all the little parts and pieces of me, we're going to keep going. Okay. What does it mean to create the life of your dreams? Well, there's a million different ways it can mean depending on who you are. But for this masterclass and what I do with my clients is I start with one easy thing, which is create a stream of income doing something that you love to do. One simple step. What do you love to do? Put below in the chat, and I don't want it to have anything to do with money or business. Just what do you love to do? For me, it's pole dancing, roller skating, listening to heavy metal music. I love reading tarot. I love learning and seeking. I love trees. I love nature. I love cats. I love treating myself well. So I love personal development. I love growth mindset. I love communities. I love creating communities. I love being present in my body. I love being present with other people. So say it with me. What do you love to do? Just black it all out. Like whatever comes out. I don't care what it sounds like. Just say it. I love sitting in front of this camera and talking to you. I love to drink water. I drink a lot of water every day. I love to manifest. I love to help other people manifest. I love the Akashic Records. I love my spirit guides and my master's teachers and loved ones. I love to take the work that I do out into the world. Vanessa loves angels. Oh my God, angels and archangels. Yes. Oh my God. Can we all like and love what Megan is saying here? Orgasms. Yes. And no monkey sad shame face. What is that quote? It's like, if it doesn't bring me money, success, or orgasms, I don't want it. I don't think the word is success. I think it's another word. But enter in your 3 words, right? If it doesn't bring me this, or this, and orgasms has to be in there, right? If it doesn't bring me orgasms, money, or success, let's say those 3, then I don't want it. Goodbye. Betty loves dancing, running. Oh, running is such a beautiful, amazing, especially on these fall days. the air right now. I love reading novels. Oh my God, I love reading novels too. Funny story, I just took back Moby Dick to the library because I've been trying to read it for like 5 years and I just cannot get through it. Betty says, I love experiencing the divine. Me too. I love God. I love Jesus. I love archangels. I love the all there is. I love how God is different to every single person. I love religion. I love spirituality. I love that for me, it's all one thing. It's not separate. It's not different. It's not dogmatic. It's love. I love tapping into the truth of who I am. Vanessa, love oracles. Yes. Melanie loves cats, photography, interactions with humans. I love interactions with humans, like really good interactions. I love when it's like out of nowhere. Like you're at the grocery store and someone says something funny and you have like a little back and forth and you're like, this person's my person. And I just met him at the grocery store. Fucking awesome. Dancing, oracle cards, live music. Tamara, I love connection to source, communication, and giving directions. I love that. Can you come come hang out with me all the time? Go on hikes with me? Because I will get lost if I don't have 10 people around me. Oh, giving direction. Okay, you might just mean giving direction. I took it very literally, okay? You might just mean giving direction to people in like life, but yeah, I heard giving directions, so there you go. Ooh, I love learning about, Vanessa loves learning about underworld, yes. All of the things, underworld, overworld, all of the worlds, right? That's what I love about the Akashic Records. The Akashic Records are all around us. It's everything that we've done, seen, our whole soul system, all the souls in the world. And we can tap in and see, what has our soul done in this lifetime? What are we doing this? What are we doing next? What are we doing? Seeking, right? Oh my God, Betty. Betty says, I'm taking my first pole dancing class in November. Yes. I was doing pole dancing for a long time and then I started injuring myself all over the place. And so I took a break and I haven't been back and I keep convincing myself that, oh, pole dancing is just not for me. I'm too old at this point. I'm going to break a bone or something. I know I'm not old, but every time I get on a pole and start climbing up it, even though I'm good at it, I've been doing it for years, I still get the like, oh, I get injured every time I do this, so I can't do it, right? That's one of my blocks, right? So thank you for bringing that to the space, Betty. And I'm excited. Tell me about when you do it because I'm like level 2, but I don't ever do it. Maybe we can go together. Cheyenne, I love being a mom. I love everything spiritual. I love connecting with the other side. Photography. A lot of you love photography. You guys should create a photography community. Tamara, I love cooking, eating divine food. Me too. When I first started realizing how, because I used to hate cooking. I just wanted to like eat a bowl of cereal. I started realizing, wait, when I take the time to cook something nutritious for myself, and I look at the meal and I say, wow, Erin, this is how much you care about yourself. And that's big for me because for many years I did not care about myself and I treated myself very poorly, especially in my addiction days. Just destroying myself all the time. And so what are the ways that you give nutrients to yourself? Beautiful. Traveling, Deja says. Love smiling. Vanessa says, yes, I love smiling too. Tamara says, I love hiking. Yes, both. Okay, good, both. Melanie, anything supernatural, white light, not dark magic. Letting my freak flag fly and not care what others think. Yes. Dancing in the market to a great jam. I love dancing in the market to a great jam. I do love when people have light bulb moments when I share something. Oh, I love that. I love that because it's double, right? You love watching people light up and going, oh my God. Say that again. They're like, say that again. Imagine all of you that you say something that you loved, like that you're working with in something that you love to do. And you just say something that you just because you love to do it. And someone's like, oh, you just changed my fucking life. Imagine living that every day. Yes. Betty says, they promise it's for the most newbie. Yes, it is. I'm level 2, but at Wonderland, which is where I assume you're going because that's what's close to us in where we are. Yes, they start very, very, very new. So you're probably taking the 101 4-pack or whatever. But yeah, because I went there, I was there for a long time and then I got scared and ran away. Beck says, I love learning and discovering from magical people. Cheyenne, I love all things with natural holistic health. Yes, yes, yes. So these are the things that you're meant to make money from. These are the things that you're meant to do and monetize. These, what happens is that because we live in a culture of capitalism, because we live in a culture of you have to get a 9 to 5 job, you have to go to college, you have to do this, and we have been told and conditioned that our whole lives, we have been entrained and conditioned that here's what I love to do, it's my hobbies, and I do that outside of work. And here's my job and what I do for work, I don't really like it, but it pays the bills. We're supposed to be, we have it backwards. We're supposed to be doing the amazing hobbies and things we love to do for freaking money. This doesn't mean quit your job tomorrow and create like 5 streams of income doing 5 things you love and blah, 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 right? This is about like kind of sitting back and thinking, wow, how can I create a stream of income doing this, right? So after we talked about what we love to do, how can you monetize that? Start making a list, start thinking of things. You can put it in the comments. You can just do this work for this week and next week. How can you monetize those things? Start just getting into the idea phase, right? Like just start writing down, how can I monetize this? And if you're like, I'm blank on this, move to the next one. Just write down everything you love and start writing down how you can monetize it. And get crazy with it. Because there are people out there, and this is something my coach says, like if you want to market to people with purple hair in France, you have a market. If you want to market to children that are 5 years old that need support with having like a big brother, big sister, there are people for that. If you need, there's a market for that. There's a market for every single thing. So especially with the world wide open, how it is with TikTok and all the people doing the different things. If you go on TikTok, the huge trend right now is side hustles, right? Everyone's talking about side hustle. Now, you don't want to do 10,000 side hustles because then you're just smoke and mirrors and you're like, you know, you want to get really, this is why I say start with this one simple step, one, right? One stream of income doing something that you love to do. And if you're not ready to do that, start thinking about it. What can it look like, right? Start asking yourself questions like, how do I want to help people? And this is if you want to work with people, right? How do I want to help people? What kind of people do I want to work with? Who are they? What do they look like? What do they sound like? What do they talk like? How do I want to work with them? Do I want to work alone? Do I want to work in a team? Or let's say if you're product based, maybe I want to create an Etsy page and sell my art. Maybe I knit things and I can knit hats for babies and sell those on Etsy. Maybe I really love hanging out with older folks so I can go and do stuff for them around the house, clean their kitchen, make meals for them and get paid for it. Maybe I love animals a lot. I can start a little side hustle of like watching people's pets over weekends, right? So start asking yourself those questions, like first about you, like how you can monetize those things in general, and then start thinking about the people and the outside things and what that might look like, right? So my example that I used a little bit earlier that I'm going to circle back on and use again is my friend Allie Cox. So a few weeks ago, I did a live video in this group. Raise your hand if you saw it. Oh wait, I wanted to put this in the chat. I'm going to put this in the chat really quick. Create a stream of income doing something that you love to do. Then how can you monetize that? I wrote, wow, can you monetize that? Yes, wow, can you monetize that? Start asking yourself questions like, okay, so put that in the chat. So I did a video in this group a few weeks ago with my friend Allie Cox. She had so many years of holding herself back. She was scared to like do what she knew her purpose was or part of her purpose. She has a special needs son that she wanted to take care of at home. She wanted to hang out with other moms that had the same experience of her, that had to stay home and take care of their special needs kids all the time, or that needed to take care of kids. So she said, how do we create a space where all of us moms can get together and have a community? So she called it LMNO, Ladies and Moms Night Out. And she loves crafts. And she was like, you know what? I'm really tired of paint and sip nights. Every time I go out, it's like paint and sip, and it's all about wine. Like, what if we just go and I think of all these amazing crafts that I've had in my head, and I create that as the craft that we're doing. All the moms do it together, and then we all win. Like, we all have a great time. So she did one traveling craft party, 14 women signed up. And she did it through all of her fear, through all of her isolation with her son, without knowing if anyone would show up. And this is the woman I told you that was at the tequila bar and they said, we have this space in the back. Everyone wins in this scenario because Allie wins because she's doing her purpose and she gets to do her creativity and tell other people about it. Right? So one of them she just did was a Dia de los Muertos like craft party, and they made like the sugar skulls. Right? So she wins because she's doing what she loves to do, and she's showing people crafts that are different than just paint and sip, right? The 14 women that signed up get to be with other moms and other ladies that need support and are in isolation. They get to go out to like a bar and have fun, and the local restaurant wins because they get the patronage of the people, of the women coming to the event. And it's a taco tequila bar, and they did it on Taco Tuesday. Win, 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 win. And Allie makes a bunch of freaking money. That's what I'm talking about here. That's what I'm talking about, where you're doing something you love, you feel expansive, it doesn't feel hard. Because Allie loved what she was creating, and she loves what she is creating, because she's still doing it. Because she loves it so much, the process of creating it, the flyers, the promotion, the things that we go, oh my God, this is going to be so hard. It actually becomes simple. Not easy, but simple. Because we still have to find the time, we still have to do the things, right? So there is a difference between easy and simple. So it's not just, oh, this is easy, I can just find the time and do it. But it is simple. It's simple because it feels right, because she knows it's fun. When you love to do something, you're delighted to be doing it. And then to make money for it, win, win, motherfucking win. Another example, me. I love to teach. I love to coach people. I love to utilize my spiritual gifts. I love to channel on the fly. I love to do amazing cosmic cocoon healings where I heal people of their migraines and their issues in relationships. And I can heal these things instantly because I've done this work for so long. I love doing the Akashic records. I love helping people with mediumship. I love helping people develop their skills. I love to help people understand what their skills are. I love to do readings and intuitive work and coaches, packages and programs. And because of that, I created a business out of it, and I'm making money for it. And I'm doing well, and I love it. And the people I'm working for are co-creating with me. They're busting through their fears. They know what it feels like to live life free of all this shit. And I get to support them in doing that. It's amazing. Okay? So the takeaway I want you to have from this is that small shifts will change the energy fast. So you might be thinking, oh no, I have to do all this stuff. No, just one thing. When you do one thing, the energy will start to change fast because you've given yourself permission. You feel the fear lovingly and you keep going. You have decided in the giving yourself permission, okay, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to fucking do it. I don't know. It's scary, but I'm going to do it. And you pick one thing and you charge for it one time. When you start doing that, the energy is going to change fast. The manifestation is going to change fast. The action steps are going to come. The people are going to come. Yes, there will be people that might not understand it that will go, but they were meant to fucking go. Goodbye. When you show up for yourself, when you give yourself permission, the universe will show up for you. And the more you show up for yourself, the more the universe will show up for you. So showing up, showing up, showing up. And when we do that, we get it back. What we put out, we get back. Bex brings up a very important topic that we all talk when we're talking about money and monetizing things. There's a lot of fear around monetizing things and asking for money. The thing I like to say is if it's something that you're doing that you love and the person is getting so much out of it, they're going to want to pay you. Think about the things that you give money toward. Think about if the person was just like, it's okay, just like, you don't have to pay me, just do it. How would that energy feel? Doesn't it feel good to pay for something where you know like what you're getting out of it? When you do an investment that's big and you're like, holy shit, oh my God, I just spent like $4,000, or oh my God, I just spent $500, or oh my God, I just did my entire tax return to this new car, but look at this fucking new car. Think about how that feels, the exchange, the interchange, right? You're wanting to do this because of what you get from it. It's an equal energy exchange. So if it's hard for you in the beginning, do donation based. Donation based can get a little sketchy though, because you can be like, just pay whatever you want. Just pay whatever you think that the value is. Then that starts to play on, just pay me whatever you can because, and then that starts to play on insecurity. We don't want to do that. But if you want to do things for people that need the accessibility, start out maybe by doing a sliding scale. But people want to pay you. If you're caring for them and you're holding space for them and you're putting your whole self into them, they want to support you because you're supporting them. It's an equal energy exchange. Okay? So I want to ask a question here as we come a little bit toward the end. I want to, at the end here, if you will give me permission, to talk to you about an offer that I have to support you one-on-one as a coach in creating this monetization or this one stream of income. You might work with me in this package I'm about to tell you about, and at the end, you will just know what your gifts are and what you're going to do with them. Doesn't mean that we have to do all of the things that I'm talking about in here in this. It's going to be different for everyone, this package, okay? But first thing I want to ask you before I get into that is, if you could implement exactly what I've taught and shared with you today, if, let's say you've already done it, like if you could implement it, everything I said, and you're like, oh yes, I'm like making money, doing what I love, it's feeling good, my family's happy, I'm passionate, what kind of impact would it have on you? I want you to put this in the chat. If you could implement exactly what I've taught and shared with you today, and you're feeling what it feels like, and you're seeing your life and how much it changes, and how you're able to buy things for yourself and your family, and how you're able to show up for yourself and up level in all the ways, what kind of impact would it have on you and your family? What would your life look like? What would it feel like? These are really important things to visualize, because as we visualize the feeling of having the things, what it looks like in our life, how much relief and joy that we can get out of it, when we're in that energy, the universe doesn't know the difference between what stage we're actually in or when we visualize something. I have an example. So there is I don't know where I heard this from, but there's this thing about this, like they asked this woman she was a piano player, and they said, play this piece. So she played a piece, and then they did like a reset, and they brought her back, and they said, okay, close your eyes and imagine that you're playing the piece. The way that her brain reacted, they had her like hooked up to, neurological whatever, was the exact same when she was actually playing the piano and when she was thinking about playing the piece. Your body, the universe doesn't know if you're doing it or not. It just knows how you feel and what you're believing. So the more that and this is why I call this actualize your vision. Actualize, visualize. It's about visualizing first, feeling it. When you feel it in your body, it starts to become more real. Terry says, I'd be living my dreams. Deja says, life-changing. Melanie says, joy. Bex says, freedom. Erin says, life-changing for the better. Tamara says, I feel like I have more internal power. And that's important, because a lot of what we do takes a lot of external power. When we wake up and we get out of bed, we're like chugging coffee. Like it takes a lot out of us externally to live the way that we think we need to be living and do the things we need to be. A lot of it is expectation of ourselves and others, and we're just fucking exhausted. When we have that internal knowing and that internal power, the battery is always going. We don't have to constantly be like forcing it to go. We're internally charged, and we're able to internally recharge because of it. Cheyenne says, I want a better work-home life balance so I can feel more present with my kids and not always so busy, stressed. And same for my other half who works 2 jobs. Exactly. You all deserve spaciousness and support and love and joy. Betty says, I'd be able to pay off my mortgage. This is great because what you guys are talking about is energetic things, physical things, mental things, emotional things, right? So it's for everyone it's different. For everyone, they might crave emotional freedom and security versus physical freedom and security. I don't care. I like to travel all over the world. I sleep on people's couches. I don't care. I want emotional depth, connection, and grounding. So it's different for everyone. So like I said at the beginning of this, there's a reason why you have these gifts, right? You're meant to use them to enhance your life, to empower yourself, to enhance the lives of others, to empower others. That's why we're all here together on this freaking marble. There's this great TikTok I was watching that was like, we're on the earth for 100 years with these people. Like, we chose all of the people that are on earth right now for a reason. Like, get to know your fellow person. Like, you're here to empower each other, enhance your lives and their lives. So I'm going to tell you about an offer that I have. It's to work with me one-on-one in a VIP style bundle. This is where I will serve and support you as a dedicated coach and mentor for 1 full month. Okay, so it's called Monetize Your Magic. I'm really excited and like proud of that title. I think it's really beautiful. Monetize Your Magic. So this is working one-on-one with me, and this is cool because I've been doing a lot of programs lately where I've been working with classes and groups. Everything I've been doing live has been like to groups. Everything I've been doing in classes have been groups and workshops. So this is going to be great because I get to put all my attention on you and to help you monetize, or to help you move into like how to be in the body that allows that, and to give yourself permission. Okay. So in this 4 weeks, here's what we'll be going over. I'm going to support you in creating your vision. So I'm going to help you by using a process that I call vision mapping. So we create an outline of your vision based on a map I will give you. Questions to ask yourself, okay? We'll talk about what you're looking for, how you want to feel, what results you're looking for. Some people it's money, some people it's spaciousness, some people it's joy, some people it's all of those things, right? Then we're going to map out some clear goals to get there, right? So this is not a one-size-fits-all template. It's going to look different for each person because you are a unique, beautiful individual. This is where I'm going to be different from most coaches. I am insanely psychic. So I'm able to not only help you on a coaching level with all the experience I've had bringing my gifts out and monetizing them, which is really, really valuable in and of itself, but I'm able to see with my guidance, your Akashic guides, your spirit guides, what's right for you and what your guides are asking for you to be doing now. So this isn't going to be about everyone. This is going to be about you specifically, and your guides are going to tell me, this is what this person is here meant for, this is what we're meant to do, and they will help us with this vision mapping process, okay? Number 2, we will implement actionable steps. We will create small, easeful, let's say the word easeful. It's gonna be easy because it's gonna be something you love to do. I'm not gonna force you to do something that you don't wanna do or that you're not ready to do. Implement actionable, easeful, consistent steps that will feel good and align with your purpose in order to meet the goals that we've gone over in our vision mapping, okay? This work is going to support you far beyond the 1 month that we work together, okay? Number 3, we're going to, I call it, let's get visible. Let's get visible, visible. Okay, that's showing my age again. But anyways, let's get visible. We will choose 1 to 3 aligned methods. And when I say aligned, I mean that feel good to your nervous system to get you in front of the right people. So this doesn't mean going live and channeling like I am, right? It can just be, who are the people? How do we find ways to align you? So with Allie doing her craft parties, what are the communities you need to be around to meet with these other moms and women that need community the same way as you do, okay? I personally have a huge fucking network. So I know tons of different communities, whether online or in person or whatever, and I'm able to see in your guides, with your guides, what is right for you, okay? This work is really important because then you will start to get outside of the hiding, okay? So we will choose 1 to 3 aligned methods to get you in front of the right people so you can get your vision out into the world and feel good about it. If you aren't interested in working with other people, that's totally fine. We can customize the experience. So if it's with pets, if it's with, creating something for yourself, cool. And the last piece, embodiment of your purpose. So this is really important because you can do a lot of coaching programs with a lot of people, and they're going to be doing the strategy and the talk about like how to do it on a strategy level. We're going to be doing that. But because of the work I do as a trauma specialist, because of the work I do at holding space somatically for your nervous system, I'm going to help you embody the vision and the purpose that you are creating out in the world so that it feels good. So I'm going to help you embody your purpose on an emotional and energetic level so that you can feel grounded, regulated, and present as we do this important work together. Okay? So, logistics. Here's what the package includes. It's going to be different services within the month that will support you throughout the whole time. And there's going to be a little in person, there's going to be a little remote, and there's going to be a little where you have a messaging app where you can talk to me back and forth throughout the week and ask any questions about what we're going through the month. Okay? This is where you have access to me as a coach. Like, hey, Erin, I need to know something. This is invaluable because I'm able to not only talk to you on the calls that we're on, but then in between when you're implementing the steps, oh, I tried implementing this fear came up, help. And I'll be able to help you as you're going, okay? So we're gonna do a 90-minute deep dive video call, me and you, which will be our vision mapping session. So this is where we're gonna do the whole mapping and all of the things, okay? When I do these sessions with me, naturally fear and stuff comes up. Okay, so fear, imposter syndrome, all the stuff that comes up when you're doing the vision mapping and here's what I think I wanna do, oh my gosh, or here's what I know that I wanna do and I'm ready, there's still gonna be fears and stuff that come up. So with that, I'm going to do a 30-minute cosmic cocoon energy healing. So this is what I was talking about in the beginning of this masterclass. And what this is remote. So we're not on a call at the same time. I am thinking and visualizing and calling forth all of the fears and stuff that we talked about and that came up with the 90-minute call. And I'm clearing, releasing, connecting with your guides and helping to synergize all of the things that you need to synergize and release all of the things you need to release in order to be on an energetic level where you can be grounded to do this work, okay? Then the next piece, we're gonna do a 60-minute implementation call where as we're working through the vision mapping, what you wanna do and what you wanna create, we'll be implementing how to solidify your next steps, what to do. And because we've already done the 90-minute call and the 30-minute call, and we're talking on Voxer, which is this messaging app, throughout all of the weeks, you'll be able to say, okay, on this implementation call, this is what I want. And I'll be able to say, you know, or if you don't know, I'll say, this is what we're gonna do, okay? And then VIP Voxer. Deja here has taken my programs before, so she knows what Voxer is like. Voxer is basically like Facebook Messenger, but it's a separate space. Facebook Messenger, I like for my friends and family. Voxer, it's like a walkie-talkie app where it's just me and you on one channel. So I give you 9 to 5 access Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So you'll be able to message me anytime. If it's Sunday at 3 in the morning, message me. I know how to have my boundaries and I'll have my phone turned off and do not disturb on, right? You can leave a message at any time. Whenever you get hit with, if you wake up in the middle of the night with a dream, oh my God, I want to do this, say it into the Voxer, okay? I will check the messages on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So those are the days that I'll be actively present, okay? And then an ultimate accountability tool, which will be a shared Google Drive folder. So as we're doing the vision mapping, as we're doing the energy work, as we're doing the implementation, you and I will have a document that is a living document. So as you write what you're doing, I will write little like prompts for how about this, how about that. We will work back and forth and we'll be able to talk on Voxer about that living document, where it's going. And how to continually work with the vision as it creates itself in our process, okay? So I just wanted to make sure the video was still going. I'm like, what if I'm talking and the video has like went off? Because I had those microphone issues in the beginning. Okay. So as I said, the Voxer is a messaging app. This is where I'll be available for on-the-spot laser coaching and guidance anytime you need it. Now, this isn't a place where you can say everything you've ever wanted to say and you're leaving 15-minute messages, right? This is laser coaching. This is, I need this. This is what's coming up for me. Boom. That's it, right? We don't want to have this a place where we're like constantly on it, right? Okay. You'll walk away with. So after this process, you'll walk away with a complete understanding of what your gifts are. So some of you will come into this like, I think I have gifts. I know I have gifts, but I'm not sure what. Like, let's get clear on what gifts that are ready to come forth and be utilized to monetize right now. Okay. So you will leave with a complete understanding. I know what my gifts are. I know it, and I know what to do with them. You'll walk away with a blueprint for how to take these gifts out into the world and monetize them. And like I said, some people by the end will be actually doing what we've been talking about and making money for it, or putting themselves out there and saying, hey, I'm doing this session, it's worth this much, or whatever it is. Some people would be like, I'm not ready to monetize, but I know what I want to do, right? So I think of it as like, I'm kind of giving you your wings and then you fly away. So I will put the wings on you through this 1 month process, and you will be like, I know what I'm supposed to do, right? So you will walk away with a complete understanding of what your gifts are, how to take them out into the world, how to monetize them. You will learn how to connect lovingly with your fears, limiting beliefs, and all that energetic gunk that comes up, because I will teach you how and I will support you in how. And you'll be able to learn how to work with those things as gifts so that they can help you get to the next level instead of holding you back from the next level. Okay? Last piece, you'll learn how to regulate your mindset and your emotions so that your energy aligns with your vision. Because a lot of times we'll get excited. Oh, I have all this vision. We'll go to a weekend thing, and by the end we're like, yeah. And then we go out into the world and we're like, oh shit. Right? So this is going to be different because I'm going to be helping you with the oh shit moments as we go, and helping you regulate that mindset and those emotions so that the energy that you have aligns with your vision and what you're putting out in the world, so that people go, oh, that feels good. I want that. Okay. So this will make it easier to move forward from a space of grounded and embodied confidence and presence in the body. Okay. And now what everyone's asking, how much does this cost, right? What's the investment? So the investment of this package is $2,222. So that's 2222 if you pay in full. If you need a payment plan, I completely understand. Okay. I always invite people to do the pay in full, put it on a credit card, something like that, because it's easier just to do the one and done. Also, if you do a payment plan, the payments are a little bit more because of the gymnastics I have to do a payment plan and all of that, and all of the fees and everything. So 2222 if you pay in full. Of course, I have to do angel numbers. And it's October 22nd. And if you want to do a payment plan, it's $555 per month for 5 months. Okay. So the only note and limitation about this package is that I'm only saying yes to 3 people, because I said this in a post, one of my pinned posts on Instagram, is that I show up like a bulldog for your health and healing. I show up like a bulldog for your vision. I show up like you can't even project and see how much I'm going to be there for you, right? So I like to be able to have a small container where I'm supporting a few people, so that I'm not, like I talked about before, doing a million things for a million people. Okay. This helps me because then my emotions and my energy is aligned. It helps you because then I come to the space like that and then you feel more aligned. So that's the only thing I would say, reach out right away and get in there, because there's only 3 spots. And not only am I talking to you guys about it, but I'm going to be selling this masterclass to a bunch of other people, and now and into the future. So you'll want to get in while you can. Okay. And the last thing I want to say about investment, because I know it's scary. I know it's scary to invest in someone. I know it's scary to invest in a program or package. But what I want to remind you is that you're not investing in me. You're not investing in a coach. You're not investing in a package, a program. You're investing in yourself. You're investing in the person that you're going to be when you walk out of the doors after the month. You're investing in I put the wings on you and holy shit. You're investing in the transformation and who you be on the other side of this work. So think about that, feel about that, let it land, let it sit. Again, there's no time crunch besides I'm only taking 3 people. But I'm really excited. I'm really excited to support anyone who is ready for this. Betty says, we are just absorbing all of the exciting stuffs. Thank you. Tamara says, the planet needs more intuitive guides at this time. I feel like this industry is going to explode in the next few years. Yes. That's really important. Also really important that the planet needs your gifts. That's why you're here right now. That's why. It's because the reason that you're here at this exact time with the exact gifts you have whether it's doing craft parties or creating an empire. Your specific, unique gifts are needed. And so that's why I do these master classes. That's why I create these programs. I want to create a container for you to be able to do that and empower you to do that. So I love you so much. Thank you so much for attending this masterclass. This has been a joy. You guys have been great. Interacting with you has been so fun. And I'm going to be leaving this up. I know in a few posts I said that I would leave it up for 7 days. I think I'm just going to leave it up. You know, I'm going to leave it up. I'm also going to create a YouTube link out of it so that it can be available for the public. But also in this YouTube link, it's going to be a good way for either you to share it and for me to share it on social media and stuff like that. So I'm going to be sending you an email probably by the end of today with this link to this replay right here. I don't know if I'll have the link for YouTube ready yet, but when I do, I will email you. That's why I had you guys register specifically for this masterclass, is because 21 people out of you actually registered. Those are the people that are going to be getting the email today. I'm also going to send it to the big email list. So if you're on my email list, you'll get it. If you're not on my email list, put your email below or DM it to me. Okay. I'm going to be sending an email for those that registered with the replay link, but there will also be a feedback form. I would really love to hear from you how this masterclass landed for you, what transformation it created for you, how you walked in and how you're walking out. It helps me to know those things because then I can create this masterclass again, knowing what beautiful and unique experiences you had, right? So it can help me as well. And when you do that, you will be entered to win a mini psychic reading with me, which is a value of $50. So that's it. I love you all so much. Thank you. I am thrilled to see, whether you work with me or not, where you're going to go, the places you'll go, the things you create, and the fears that you bust through. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Blessings, blessings, blessings. All right. Bye, everybody. See you next time.